Hi, my name is Lila, and I am a proud fetishist with purple as my biggest fetish.
I spent a full day in southern Sweden, in Malmö, where I met up with 47-year-old Lila, and Lila means purple in English.
I have been turning more and more purple throughout my life. When I was a small child, like 7 years old, I was switching between red and blue a lot, and then it morphed into purple because that's also one way of mixing to make the color. That's just what feels good, what feels right, and what makes me happy. And it's also my biggest fetish.
If you want to know more about what fetishism means, I would advise you to look through the video I made with David earlier this year, link up here.
In the beginning of when I came out as a purple person and a proud purple fetishist, some people were like, a color can't be a fetish. And I'm like, yes, it can. So I discussed what people's fetish makes them feel and how they respond to it and their reactions.
And that is how Lila could explain that they all had similar experiences to fetishism. Purple also has other meanings to Lila.
I also have fibromyalgia. The color of symbolizing the illness is also purple. I think also the purple thing is it's a way of showing who I am on the outside as well as who I am on the inside. Because a part of the fibromyalgia is that you can't tell if you have it or not. It's not something that alters your body in any way. It's an invisible illness.
Apart from the earrings that are symbolizing Lila's illness, Lila also carries around something else.
And then I have also my purple bat. It's a STEAM toy that's really nice to have. When I sometimes lose my trail or mind, I sometimes lose my mind. Yes, I really do. It is a bat, but from afar, a lot of people tell me it looks like a vagina, which is very nice. Love that, love vaginas.
And as you can see, Lila's hair is also purple.
I've always been purple. It's often among the first things people notice about me. And especially when I started dyeing my hair purple 15, 20 years ago. But I started doing that because I could. Because I was a grown-up and I could choose. Of course, I've tried lots of different hairstyles and hair colors, but this is what really has felt most like me. These days, it's also something people stop me at the supermarket to ask, how did you dye your hair? How did you make it look like that? And then I give a little mini workshop by the fruit department or something, telling them about how I first bleach it and then I dye it and I sleep with the dye in my hair overnight. And I also rinse it with cold water and vinegar, apple cider vinegar to be specific, because it smells the best of all the vinegars. I use different shades of purple to make it more lively.
What then does it mean for Lila to have purple as a fetish?
Purple, for me, as a fetish, means that I want to have purple things close to me. I want to have as much purple around me as possible. And when I have the right nuances, there are so many different kinds of purple, different shades and different versions. But there are some very specific, which is more close to this vibrant. I think it was actually the color of the year, one of the most perfect purple I've seen. Pantone always have a color of the year, and it was very, very purple. I think 2019 or something. It's like I connect with the frequency, the frequency of the color, and it starts reactions in me and in my body, and it can be on very many different levels. It's not like I can't have sex without anything purple. It's just that since I have designed my life a lot with purple around me, I mean, a lot of my sex toys is obviously purple. So that is something that enhances and makes everything more intense, and it just feels dull without it.
Lila also enjoys connecting to other people with similar experiences.
But it's also very nice when you meet other people who love purple, and how you can share it, how you can share your fascination and enthusiasm and joy. You meet each other with a basic start, like you have a baseline, purple. Then you already know half of each other's feelings and lives and everything.
Like Lila has mentioned, purple has always been an important part of her life, but her own understanding of exactly how much it means to her has evolved over time.
I think I realized that my way of liking purple was not just in the way of, oh, nice color. I think it was late teenaging, like 18, 19, when I started to know more about fetish materials, visited the store Shush in London, where I bought my first purple corset and my first strap-on. Yeah, I also collect strap-ons, by the way. I mean, I realize it sounds a bit like a cliche going to London and realizing what a fetish is, but yeah, I did that. But I had my hunches that I had a very much more intense relationship with this color than other people who just like it and don't want to live it.
And another reason that it happened specifically at that time of Lila's life was because of the life setting Lila was in at the moment.
I mean, moving away from home and starting to explore your sexuality more and more is also when you realize the components of your way of being turned on things, and what is your triggers in the positive way of triggering your lust and your desire and awaken your whole body in a way, which is a lot of what purple is doing for me as well.
And Lila likes lowering the bar of what it means to be a fetish and explain the variety of emotions fetishism contains.
When I get the chance to explain that to people, they realize and they like, oh, wow, so you mean I get to really like something and I have so many fetishes. They realize sometime, because they've had this absurd scale of like what you need to feel in order for being able to call something a fetish and make it an essential part of your life and your way of living, and how you extend yourself into the world and reach for joy and tenderness and everything you want from life that feels good. So I'm happy if I can broaden people's perspective and perception. There's so much variation in your body and what the script is, the way you're supposed to react to things and the way you actually do react and feel and what you need. All those things is very, very deeply subjective and personal, and we need to give each other space to explore these things, and we need to give each other room to talk about it, to think about it, and to find other thoughts from other people, other impressions, and if they are similar, or maybe it's not purple, maybe it's pink for somebody else.
To wrap up, some words of encouragement from Lila.
I consider myself very fortunate because I have been able to make my life in the way that I like it and want it. I have my company, Purple to the People. What I can do there is to meet people and to help people be stronger and feel better about themselves. And what that is for me is to be able to be exactly who you are and unapologetically you, no matter what. And don't be afraid of being who you are through and through, because you will be so much more of what you can be when you do not censor yourself and apologize, because you spend so much energy and time compromising and editing. And the more of us who are open and out and free, the more we can inspire, the more we can join each other's strength and energy and do things that can change, gradually nudging the perception of us and everything that is purple and queer in the world, everywhere, for everyone.
If you enjoyed watching that video, please like, comment, subscribe and share the video. I really appreciate you showing your love in that way. If you also want to support the channel financially, that's possible via Patreon, but really no pressure. See you next time.